Hi guys and welcome back. So today I'm going to do basically a full face of first impressions. I decided to go through my makeup drawers and go through the new product drawer and just choose some things because maybe after Christmas I might do one more huge haul of stuff before we all move out and things like that. So I thought some of these things have been in there for a long time. I thought it's time I use some of them, so that's what we are doing today. So if you are interested, then here we go. So the only thing is I do not have a new brow product. That just seems to be something I never purchased, so I am just going to be using my Rimmel Brow This Way brow kit because it's the only thing I have at the moment. But other than that, we do have new products for everything, also except for eye primer, because if I'm testing an eyeshadow I still want my normal eye primer. Because I am testing face products, I don't want to actually use a primer. That's the only thing. Shadow is right here. I don't know if you'll see her in a second. But the foundation I've got is the Maybelline SuperStay Better Skin Foundation. Now I believe in the US this was released in a square bottle. I bought mine in the shade Light Beige 005. And basically the claims on this are that it is a flawless finish foundation. It has a energizing vitamin enriched formula, even skin tone instantly, and this one is like skincare as well, and so you're supposed to have better looking skin in less than 3 weeks. It improves skin's appearance, leaving it feel energized and looking healthier as if it is renewed. All day wear, transfer proof, 30 mils. So it is a glass bottle, comes with a pump, and we are going to try this right now. So it's just, it's a bit more runny than I thought. Don't know if this colour will match, but I can change it. I'm going to go in with my sponge. So I did half my face first. Obviously, as you can see, it's blended in very nicely with the sponge, and it does look very nice. I would have to say it's a much more natural finish. I don't know how glowy or dewy it looks on camera. As I keep saying, I can't see my actual viewfinder. I can see that I'm in the frame, but that's about it. Like the details, because I also don't have my glasses on. But honestly, it does look really nice. I mean, it's not emphasizing any extra texture. It's not looking dry, cakey, heavy or anything. So I'm going to go in and do this side now. Okay, here we go. So it has covered everything up, and I don't know if you guys can see, but it hasn't completely covered all the redness on my cheeks, which honestly, like most natural foundations, like unless it is labeled like full coverage, like Estee Lauder Double Wear or something, I tend to still get the redness there. I have the marks from my glasses are very red, particularly this side. I can still see that, but I haven't put as much around my eyes. I just like to put a little bit because then it helps my concealer. I mean, I can still see all the redness of my scars there coming through. It's covered up the ones on my chin a lot better. These are all what I call my active scars, so these are the ones that have flared up at the moment. These ones haven't, so it's pretty much covered them, but I can still tell that they're there, or maybe it's because I know that they're there. My forehead's pretty flawless. I mean, I tend to not really have many issues with the coverage on my forehead. I have a couple of open breakouts here, but that's about it. Other than that, I don't have any issues with stuff on my forehead. It is looking a little bit funny around my nose, on my nose, but I think that might be because my nose just needs a damn good exfoliate. I'm just seeing if it's buildable up on my cheeks, and it seems to be covering it again a little bit, but not full. So I'd say you could get this maybe on my skin, and I don't have too many bad marks. I'd say maybe high medium coverage, because I can still see the redness, my redness on the tip of my nose and that. It's like it's fully covered, but you can still tell it's there. And I mean, if my scars on my chin were flared up, you'd still be able to see them through. Next, we are moving on to concealer, and I have here my Australis Stick Concealer. This was probably in one of my original, big hauls that I did, because I used to buy makeup just to stock up my new drawer. Now, of course, I bought things I would like to try. I wasn't just buying makeup for the hell of it. I would, though, deliberately not use it for months so I could stock up a new product drawer. And this, honestly, is probably one of the first things I purchased. So, this is a concealer by Australis. This one in particular is in the shade Light. And the claims on it are pretty much, it's a multi-purpose perfector and corrector that conceals skin imperfections all day long. Not tested on animals and helps you look good all day, every day. Okay, it is paler than my skin, but I might use this to like a highlight the center of my face type of thing. I'll just see how it blends out, how it covers. I mean, it's a stick concealer. I don't have too many high hopes for it, but it is drawing on nice. I mean, I was expecting it to be, I don't know why, I was expecting it to be very dry. It's drawing on relatively nicely. I'm not using this under my eyes. This one I know for a fact will look terrible under my eyes. But if it just does nicely for like highlighting the center of the face, then I will use it for that. Ooh. So that has clung to all the skin on my nose, the dry, not dry skin, but like just the build up, and now it's made in between my eyebrows look really dry. And I don't have dry skin. So overall it's given a nice highlight to the center of the face, and it covered up everything here a little bit, but probably this would be something like a brightening corrector I'd use first. Something like that. I honestly was going to get rid of this, but I thought I purchased it, so I'm going to use it. I might just see if it covers a little bit extra on the high points of my cheeks. If not, I will keep this as a, like, my eyebrow one. My Rimmel Match Perfection obviously is going to be empty one day, so I might keep it for that. But there we go, it didn't blend out completely, but it's just covered the redness a little bit more. So for under my eyes, this was the first product I ever purchased to leave in my new product drawer. This is the Full Coverage Concealer by Sace Lady. I did purchase this from Wish. This is a Wish product, but I purchased this ages ago when I was trying to find a concealer that actually had coverage for underneath my eyes, because I personally struggle really bad with the concealer under my eyes. I cannot do the no makeup look with a fully like light coverage concealer. I have a hair on my face somewhere and I'm trying to find it. I can't do that because light coverage concealers, even medium coverage ones, will accentuate my under eye darkness. It's not as bad anymore, but it was. This is in the shade number 1, but I still just bought this to try it because a lot of the reviews as well said it was very similar to like MAC Pro Longwear and stuff, and the shade actually looks fairly decent. So it comes with a little pump. So I thought, again, try this before it goes off, because I bought this ages ago. So a little bit pumped out, but I'm going to try. It's a nice creamy looking formula. Okay, so off the bat, it's covered fairly decently actually. This says it is smooth texture, matte flawless finish, and long wearing. Now I wouldn't call it fully matte, but it definitely, I can already see it's dried down a bit more than say, I don't know what concealer, Maybelline Fit Me and stuff like that. It's dried down a little bit more. I'm still going to set it because even the concealers that are matte and dry down, I still set them anyway because they still remain sticky on my face. And I'm so oily I can't not set anything. But it seems to be blending in very nicely, blending out nicely. I mean, it's not looking excessively heavy. It's not looking super dry either. Maybe a little bit of this over my nose will correct that problem. And it did, so I'm just going to leave it at that and not touch my nose anymore. And the the only thing I do have to say is the colour is nice, it's just so yellow that it's almost not brightening. So I'm just going to set it with my angled brush. Okay, so it did set down nicely. It hasn't set any different to any other concealer I've used. I mean, honestly, it just looks a little bit heavy at the moment, but once my oils and everything mixes together, it's fine. So, yeah, I did mix it a little bit bright, but sometimes the banana powder comes through a lot more and looks very strange. Before I go on with anything else, I have a cream product to use. So this is the L'Oreal Infallible Sculpt Contouring Palette, highlighting and contouring palette. I got this in like a kit thing that like my local chemist was selling all bundles of makeup for $5, and this was in one of them. So this one's actually in medium dark, so I swatched this earlier just to see if it was a contour product on me. It looks like it'll be more of a little bit of a bronzer, but I'm still going to try it anyway and see what it does. So I just went and got an array of clean brushes that I could possibly use with this. I'm going to start off with just this round foundation brush and just see what it does. I'll try and contour first, and then I will see like what the colour's like, because it looks like a contouring shade in here, but on the brush it's looking very warm. So we'll see what it does. So I had to move to applying it with my sponge because it was actually starting to remove every bit of foundation from underneath, and it kind of has. Like, I can now see where I've set everything. So maybe this product isn't for me. I'm going to try the highlighting side, although it's probably not going to be pale enough. And no, it's just done the same thing. So it's probably because I've just used a brush over foundation that I've put on with a sponge. That also can happen. So I may try this another time, but you can now see the ring where my concealer was set. So I might actually put some foundation over the top, blend it in again, and pretend like that never happened. So to set my face, I have this BYS green colour correcting powder. I bought this one reason, I got it for $1, and second of all, I actually do like a couple of the green colour correcting powders. The one from Savvy by Designer Brands is one of my favourites. I actually used to use it under my eyes once I found foundations that were a lot more full coverage. But I do like colour correcting. I have a green and a peach corrector that I do use. This one is a reduces shine and diffuses redness. So obviously this is the green one. I don't even know if they make this anymore, but I just got it on sale. So obviously it's very green. Your face does not come off this green, but I'm still going to try it. So it comes off on the brush very evenly. But I do tend to like these because they keep my foundation a bit more pale rather than you know, making it darker. Oh my god. That's just made my face so green. The first green powder that's just turned my face green. I mean, I've used green correcting powders that are greener than this, and this is turning my face green. Under my eyes are full coverage, bright and yellow, pardon me. You can now see the difference where that was. And my face is now way too pale and bright green. It has changed and clung everything to the center of my forehead. It's now highlighting my dry patch that I did have up here. And my face now does have a green tint to it. So yeah, it didn't even set my foundation down really well like most powders normally do. And it's even just making everything look dry. and I just went and set my face and forgot I had a cream blush kit to try, so that won't be done today. So I just went and found my Covergirl loose powder in the shade Translucent Medium. And this is way too light for me to use as a bronzer, but it's too dark for me to use as a face powder. I'm going to see if dusting this on my face will give me some life back and just darken everything up enough to where I don't look like a retard anymore. It's mostly the greenness of my face that's bothering me. I'm going to go off camera now and do my brows because I just don't have a new product to try. So I've got the Rimmel Brow This Way brow kit. I'm going to use that, tidy up here a little bit, and I'll be right back. Okay, so brows are on, just fairly quickly done. And now I'm going to go with bronzer, and I'm using the Rimmel Natural Bronzer. So waterproof bronzing powder, SPF 15. Honestly, I don't know how a powder can help you with an SPF, but whatever. It's waterproof, it has a soft texture, velvet texture, sorry, up to 10 hours wear, SPF of 15, dermatologically tested, soft texture for a naturally even bronze look. So it's in the shade Sun Glow. Smells just like the Rimmel Stay Matte powder. If you know what that smells like, that's what this smells like. I've been needing to try some new bronzers. Ooh, this one's a bit powdery, and I have a feeling this one's going to be a bit orange. Yeah. Maybe this one would be better for me when I'm self-tanned. But it's nice and sheer. So I think I can sheer it out enough to where it'll just give me that warm glow without being like 2009 full-on bronzer type of thing, if you know what I mean. So sheer it out enough, blend it in, and hope that it doesn't look too bad. This whole entire look is turning into a disaster. Most of my first impressions go fairly well. Yeah, so still gonna have to try this out. It's not a complete no. The shade might be after I try it out a bit more, but other than that, it's looking okay. Okay, so the only other blush I can really wear that is suitable for this video is this Oxx Blush in the colour Sun Glow. Pretty sure I did wear this in a first impression or something. I think I might have used this with one of my, like, the ABH palettes or something. I have not used this since. I only used it in that video and that was it. And this is kind of a neutral colour. So it'll add more of a glow rather than colour, which is what I'm just looking for at the moment. I'm hoping if I add some smooth glow, it will just look so much nicer. Again, for a highlighter, I have used this about 4 or 5 times. But yeah, so it's still relatively new. This is the Mecca Max highlighter I bought. This is the Skin Halo in the shade White Gold. I have to say it's beautiful. It's got a M etched into the print and this is beautiful. They do have this in other shades, but the reason why I bought the White Gold one is because I don't have any highlighters this specific colour. So I've got Becca Pearl, which is just to me straight up white, and then I've got, you know, Champagne Pop, which is obviously gold. I've got Anastasia Starlight, which is white with like a almost greeny gold undertone. And then I've got the Maybelline Duochrome or Master Chrome, which is like gold. I use that very sparingly on my pale skin, or I use that one on tan, or I mix it with Becca Pearl. But I wanted one that had like a gold tint to it that I could use when I'm fair. And I found this one, and I am going to put it all on my forehead, hoping this glow just redeems everything. Now I'm moving on to my eyes, and this is the most exciting part. I'm finally using the Huda Beauty Coral Obsessions palette. I have had the Mauve Obsessions one in my use since like April or May. I bought this one like last year. I bought this and the Mauve Obsessions one at the same time, and never ended up using this one. So I thought it's time I used it because these colours are like summer. I was going to use this last year and do a whole first impression, but then like the whole thing happened when we lost Tinkerbell and all of that, and I never got around to doing it. So I'm doing it now. So I am going to start off with the middle shade here, that's the palest one, and I'm going to use that as like a transition shade. I'm going to use my big fluffy brush from Avon. This is very similar to a MAC 224, I believe. Just to see how these shadows blend out. This brush is perfectly clean, so it'll show me the colours and how they blend out. The other one of this, the Mauve Obsessions one, is beautiful, so I am expecting this one to be just the same. I'm just putting little bits on at a time because I don't want it to be like bam, orange straight up. There we go, and considering shades don't normally blend out with fluffy brushes like this on my eyes, this is actually very, very nice. And it is a nice matte shade. It's not patchy, it's not skipping, it's looking very nice. I don't know what colour to go in with next. Part of me really wants to use the red, but I also really want to use this one. I might go in with this one. So it's sort of in the middle of all of them, this matte shade down here. There's not really a deep shade to deepen all this up, so I'm going to go in with the dark bright red here, the bright red in the middle, and just see what this does. So now I'm actually going to use my MAC Paint Pot and sort of cut the crease a little bit. I'm going to use this orangey shade up here to set it. Honestly, both look the same, but I'm going to use this one. There we go, so I'm hoping that looks like a nice faded cut crease. I'm going to do the other eye and I'll be back in a minute. So this just looks absolutely amazing. I've had a little bit of trouble with this shade. Instantly when I put my brush into it, it kind of went like, what is it called, hard pan or something, and I've had a little bit of trouble with it then. I think it's because I had a lot of MAC Fix Plus on this brush. Not saying that the brush was wet when I put it in, but I've noticed it does that, and because of that it crumbled a little bit, so I've had a bit of fallout, but it's managed to just brush it away. It hasn't like stuck to my face. But I am still very pleased with this. I mean, that shade is so similar that if that one was wrecked, I mean, these are so expensive, I would be quite sad, but you know, it is what it is. So I am now going to actually put some glitter on my lid. I feel like I want to do something like a bit more of a gold look on my lid, and I'm trying to decide. No, this one's too dark, so I am going to use this Steeler. This is like one of the mini ones I got. This is the Glitter and Glow eyeshadow. This is in the shade Sunset Fire. So I've been using the other one, the little pale gold yellow one. I've been using that one so much, but I hadn't tried these other two shades. This other one is called Burnished Sienna, but it's too dark for what I want. So this one will do. And I'm just going to like put this over where the metallic shade is. Not that this isn't enough. I mean, this is really nice, but I just want to use one of these as well. So there we go. It was a little bit difficult to apply, and I don't know if it's because I've had these for a while. I mean, I've only had these for like 2 or 3 months before I've used them, but this one kind of has a big air pocket in it. Maybe because it's a mini, it doesn't have as much in it. Obviously it doesn't have as much in it, but maybe they put more air in it or what, but it didn't want to transfer as much. Maybe I just got so much shadow on my lid, I don't know, but this still looks absolutely beautiful. I mean, these are perfect. I hope they have the mini sets in other colours, because that would be amazing. I can't wait till one day when I do a look with this one now. This is the burnished sienna one. Okay, so my camera, just like the memory card just got full, and I don't know what I didn't record, but I just finished blending all the red, and I put some of the yellow and a tiny bit of, like, I put some of the yellow shade really buffed on my lower lash line, and I deepened it up with a little bit of this one, sorry. I deepened it up with a little bit of this shade, and then I put some of my Mecca Max highlighter on my inner corner and a bit under my brow bone. That's what I've done, so that's it for the eyeshadow look. So now I'm going to use a liquid eyeliner. This is the Maybelline Master Precise. I used it the other day for the first time, so this is only my second time using it. It was very easy to use, I do have to say, first time, nice and black, wore nicely. It has such a fine tip on it that it's very easy to use. So you can see it's very black, which I like. So that's the only problem I have noticed with this eyeliner. I mean, as you can see, it's very black. It draws over everything very easily. But the only issue I have really noticed with it is because the wand is like the actual head bristle brush, whatever, is slightly flexible. I can't get a nice line with it. Alright, next thing is pencil eyeliner. So I've got this Rimmel Kohl eyeliner. This is the soft Kohl. So this is not the other Kohl one I used to use that was like the gel Kohl. This is like the soft one. Up to 12 hours wear, smooth and gentle application. This is the Kohl Kajal one, sorry. It's jet black because Rimmel eyeliners do come in other colours. I just got the black one. Honestly, I probably shouldn't have even bought this one because I use my Davis ones so little, and that comes with two. But yes, this is the Soft Kajal eyeliner in 061 Jet Black. So I will see if this goes on my waterline. It's not as black as my liquid eyeliner, so it's looking a tad grey, but it just went on really nice and smooth. It was a bit difficult for me to put it on because I actually haven't put eyeliner on my waterline in weeks, so it was a little bit strange. But I mean, it's gone on nice and smooth and it's not wearing off immediately. It doesn't look as black as, say, even my Davis one that's like $2 on Wish. So, don't know, I'll have to see how it wears. Alright, last thing for eyes is mascara, and I have my Bad Girl Bang Mascara here to try from Benefit. So, yeah, let me have a look. This is one of the lightest known materials. It's derived from space technology because it's got aero particles in it. 360 degree reach, streamlined to easily reach root to tip, corner to corner. Massive volume without weighing down lashes, and layers easy for bigger impact. I can barely read that at the moment. 36-hour full blast volume. 90% of people saw instant dramatic volume. 92% said it lengthened. It's water resistant, smudge proof, fake flake free, and an intense pitch black. So I shall see. This is what the tiny little brush little thing looks like, because I pretty much only buy mini high-end mascaras now because I don't wear makeup as often as I used to, so I just buy mini ones. I do have some full-size, like, affordable ones left to use, but pretty much from now on I'm only going to be buying mini ones. So this is gorgeous, and this is what the brush looks like. My camera's not completely going to focus because it doesn't have that autofocus on it, but it's quite thin actually, a little bit different than what I was expecting. So, of course I'm going to try this out. I have my Maybelline Smoky Eyes Mascara here just in case it really goes wrong. But I'm just going to hold a little palette and try this. Okay, so after just using it on one eye, it feels like a very wet formula. Feels like something that will clump easy, so like if you blink too quickly or something like that, it feels like it'll clump easy, but that also might be just because it's brand newly opened and is such a wet formula. I know I've got super thick eyeliner and stuff, so it might be hard for you guys to see. I'm sorry, but I'm just going to see if it layers now. Okay, here we go. So, it is not lengthening my lashes as much as I thought it would. However, I do have very thick eyeliner on, so I'm not entirely sure. This is one at the moment that looks like it'll clump together very easy, like if you sneeze or something. And right now, those two thin layers I put on are like almost too much. It looks very, not clumpy, but just like there's a lot of mascara on. So this does feel like a much wetter, heavy formula. That also again might be because I've just opened it. I've noticed a lot of people are saying things like the Too Faced Better Than Sex needs to be open for a while before you use it and stuff. I honestly have not heard much about this mascara, which is one of the reasons why I bought it. Do I like this more than my NARS Climax one? I don't know. I honestly think they would be really nice hand in hand. The NARS one can create that real fluffy, like voluminous look, and this one can thicken it and lengthen it. I have the slightest amount left in my NARS one. It's almost empty. I might actually try that tomorrow. I am, of course, going to repurchase the NARS one because my camera just stopped recording and I have no idea where I stopped. But I was using the Maybelline one on my lower lashes because the Benefit one seems too heavy and wet for me to be able to use it on upper and lower lashes. So, last product is a lip product, and this is the Australis Girl Boss Demi Matte Lip Cream. I got this obviously on sale, as you can see. This one is in the shade Harmony. I have wanted these shades for ages because it just seems like a nude shade that I would use. These Australis Girl Boss lip products, they have I believe they have these Demi Matte lip creams and then lip glosses, and they have a huge amount of shades. These were designed like for the, you know, like empowering women and stuff like that. And they've all got names which are things that you could associate with empowering women. So this shade looks really, really nice. This is a Demi Matte lip cream. I did not realise when I actually bought this because I don't tend to use those lip cream type of products, but if the colour's nice, I'm going to use it. So, oh my god, that smells like something directly from when I was little. Like Grape Nerds, but it's something very, very specific. It's something I remember. I remember this smell when I used to play my Nemo computer game when I was younger. It smells like lollies, but also at the same time like those lolly-scented eraser type of things. That takes me right back to when I was like 4 and 5. I remember something I had smelled like this. I still keep smelling it. It smells like, you know, that fake grape scent, but like with something else. It was something I had when I was younger, and I'm still, this is going to bug me. But honestly, it reminds me when I was like 4 and 5 on our old, like, big desktop computer, sitting at my dad's desk, like, playing my Nemo computer games. It feels so buttery on the lips. It is so smooth. I mean, my lips are quite dry at the moment, and it's not, I don't want to say, oh, it's overly hydrating, but it's not emphasizing it. I actually really like the colour. It's a little bit more pink than what I normally wear, but I also think my eyeshadow is making it look a lot more pink than what it actually is. If not, I do have a couple more beigey tone lip glosses I can mix in with this, and it'll create like I'm wearing a lip gloss, but it'll last a bit longer. As far as formula goes, obviously I don't know how long it wears or anything, and I don't really care how long my lip products wear because I actually take them off to eat and drink and other things like that. I don't keep mine on, so that smell though, it's gonna bug me. I'm gonna have to sit down and figure it out, but I love the packaging of this as well. Like Australis stuff, it looks like it's super heavy and like expensive, but it actually is very plasticky and cheap feeling, which I think is absolutely amazing. Like, it looks expensive. I would love to have a collection of these and display them, but like when you pick them up, they're kind of not. So I mean, that's how they keep their pricing down. I mean, Hourglass, that disappoints me when they do it. Their products feel like their packaging feels so cheap, but they're so expensive. But at the same time, I reckon their stuff would be so much more pricey. This still has a weight to it, but it's like this gold stuff feels super cheap. But at the moment, I do really like this. Obviously, I will update you in a few weeks on these products and stuff. But here we go. So I think I saved it a little bit. The more this warms up to my face, the more, like, the less that circle here is disappearing. In between my eyebrows still looks incredibly heavy and dry, and I've got patchiness on my nose that like everything's kind of just sucked off from. The coverage has disappeared a bit under here. I did add some more, which is what exacerbated that here. My eyebrow product didn't go on any different. I mean, my forehead looks nice. So things like the bronzer, I am definitely going to have to do my proper routine to figure out if the bronzer's nice. I don't know if I can fully go in and bronze up the skin with it, but I might be able to use a bit more of a flimsy brush like this just to very quickly dust it over my face to give me that real warm glow. I might have to use that one when I am self-tanned, which is fine because I don't fully have a bronzer for when I am self-tanned. But now that everything's warming up to the skin, my face is not looking as bad. But yeah, everything's down below, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!